Okay. I was sitting here thinking, I was just reading, going through Twitter, and how James Charles's palette and brush set just sold out in the US again, right? And I was thinking about when the last time, when they first launched, and how he felt some kind of way when somebody had bought his palette just to destroy it. And how he turned around and had to apologize because she's allowed to do whatever she wants with it, her money and her stuff, whatever. And I'm like, well, he shouldn't have to apologize because he is also allowed to feel however he wants to feel. Like, you put all your you put all of this time and creative energy into something, you don't want to see it destroyed. Naturally. So I think it's bullcrap that he had to apologize. I think our society is a little too. I don't think it's evolving. I think it's mutating. I think it's morphing into something else. But I don't think we're moving into a better place where we have to apologize for our own emotions. I shouldn't have to apologize because I was hurt because somebody bought something I made that I put all my time and effort and creativity into, and only to have it destroyed. I'm allowed to feel however I want to feel about that. I'm not going to apologize for that, and neither should James. He should not have had to apologize. He should not have apologized at all. And anybody who attacked him for his totally justified opinion is a jerk, an abusive, emotionally abusive jerk. How dare you attack someone for voicing their feelings? We want to talk about safe places and safe spaces, and we want to encourage boys and men to voice their emotions and be real about their feelings, and yet we attack them when they do. How disgusting is that? Anyway, any way you want to slice it or be like, oh, well, freedom of speech is not freedom from consequences. And yet at the same time, these same people who say that also preach about attacking people for their feelings. Our society is getting more and more and more and more and more hypocritical and disgusting, in my opinion, just based on things like that. Like, a person can make a mistake when they're a teenager or a child, but if anybody finds out about it when they're in their 20s or 30s, oh, Lord, help that person, because everyone will cancel them, drag them by their edges all over the internet, all over God's creation, and destroy them emotionally and mentally, and in some cases physically. I don't have any examples of physically people being attacked, but who's to say that people who aren't celebrities aren't getting attacked for making a mistake from 10 years ago? Who knows? I don't know. I'm not omnipresent, but I'm not going to act like that's not a possibility. Okay? Hate is hate is hate. Whether you hate someone for making a mistake or not being so evolved, okay, socially evolved at one point in time in their life, or whether you hate someone for being a terrible garbage human being. Honestly, if you hate someone for voicing their feelings, which, I'm sorry, when James Charles voiced his opinion about that girl destroying his palette, He did not call her out of her name. I don't recall him saying that she's a terrible person. I recall he was simply voicing his opinion about what she did with his palette. What's wrong with that? Somebody explain that to me. If I put hours and hours of time and energy and effort and sweat, blood and tears into a product that I put out there for people to enjoy, and somebody bought one and destroyed it, I would be hurt. Personally, I would feel personally attacked. Am I not allowed to feel that way? So we're not allowed. So basically, we're creating a society where no one is allowed to feel hurt. No one is allowed, and anyone who is hurt is not allowed to voice that they're hurt. We're creating a society where no one is allowed to make a mistake and live to tell about it. No one is allowed to grow and evolve. We're all basically this cancel culture that people do. Yes, these are two separate topics that, are under the same umbrella, okay? But the whole cancel culture is disgusting and abusive. I know this because basically we're saying that people need to be perfect all the time and never make a mistake. No one's allowed to learn. No one's allowed to grow. No one's allowed to be anything but perfect. That's it. I know that is disgusting and abusive because that's what I grew up with. I was constantly being told I knew better about stuff that I had never encountered before. I was constantly being yelled at and beat and smacked and told to shut up and told I was a terrible person because I was making mistakes as a freaking child. And to see people getting canceled because of something they said 10 years prior, something they have not repeated since then. Oh, and God forbid they already apologized and grew from it, learned from their mistake and moved on. God forbid they did that. Oh no. No, that's not acceptable, apparently. We're not accepting this sort of behavior. Well, no crap. But did they do it now? Or did they do it a decade ago? It doesn't matter if it happened a decade ago. Actually, it does. Especially if it's something small. Like, for example, here's an example of something that has no statute of limitations. Rape. Murder. Physical assault of pretty much any kind. And I'm talking about like that harms a person. Those things don't have a statute of limitations. You can cancel a person if you want to about those. And actually, when it comes to the first two examples, they better be canceled, because if you don't cancel that person, you're a disgusting human being, in my opinion. You're just as bad as the perpetrator in the first place. In my opinion. Mine. Not everybody else's. Mine. I'm just saying. I'm just going on this rant because... Well, because it's something that bothered me. It's something that actually hit a little too close to home. And I should have voiced this back when he tweeted it in the first place, tweeted his apology, tweeted about his feelings, and I didn't know people were attacking him about it. I didn't know that. Because I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't concerned with what everybody else was saying to him in response tweets. I was concerned only about his tweet. I was like, oh my God, I know how you feel. I empathize with you, James. Oh God. But yeah. I'm just saying, people need to stop. You're going overboard. I don't care which side of the aisle you're on either. I really don't, because I don't like either side. I'm like right here in the middle, where I'm not some extreme liberal or some extreme conservative. Okay? Because both sides of both ends of that spectrum disgust me. Okay? I'm just saying, it's all about not being an emotionally abusive piece of shit. Don't be that. Don't attack people for their feelings. Okay? They can feel, people are allowed to feel however they want. It's whether or not they do something terrible to someone behind those feelings. That's when it's a bad thing. Just like, for example, I don't find black men sexually attractive. Oh, there's tons of attractive black men. Oh, don't get me wrong. It's just, I feel nothing downstairs, according to them. As a matter of fact, my husband is the only black man that I've ever had a physical attraction to, and I didn't even know he was black. Not until I met his mother. I didn't know he was black until I met his mother, and I was like, wait, what? Were you adopted? But then I looked at her and I was like, oh my God, he's got her eyes and her smile. That is his mom. This man is black? What? But there still has never been another black man that I have had any kind of chemical reaction to. Now, is that wrong for me to feel that? No, it's not. You like who you like. Now, black women, on the other hand, I have felt something for plenty of black women. But black men, no. I've just never felt anything downstairs for them. Ever. I don't know if I ever will. But anyway. But is it wrong for me to feel that? No. You know what is wrong for me to do? Is to say, oh, black men are terrible. Or black men are this or that or this, and talk smack about them. Why? Because I don't get tingles in my nether regions? That makes them terrible? No. They're not terrible. They're not terrible people at all. I have plenty of friends that are black males that they're really nice people, really great fucking people. I just don't find any of them attractive. Like, physically attractive. I will recognize that they are attractive. I recognize their attractiveness. I just don't feel anything. That's not terrible. And guess what? You know how many people are going to attack me just for feeling that way? You know what is terrible? Is if I talk smack about them, totally trash black men all over the place. Just like, oh, they're this and they're that and they're this. Or I went attacking them. Or setting them up. Or calling the cops on them. Now that's terrible. But I'm not doing any of those things. So what's wrong with me feeling the way I feel? Nothing. Nothing at all. It doesn't harm them. Doesn't harm me. doesn't harm anyone else. I've been called ugly by plenty of black men. I don't care. They're allowed to think I'm ugly. They're allowed to not find me attractive. Now, them calling me ugly, that wasn't very nice. But I'm not going to cancel them for it. Big freaking deal. So you think I'm ugly. I don't care. My point is, you can feel a feeling without being an ass. And that's all James was doing. He was just feeling a feeling. A justified feeling. Goodness gracious. Anyway, that's my rant. I don't know why I went on such a big rant. I just find it really messed up how many people have to apologize for just their feelings. Not even their actions, just their feelings. Anyway, that's enough. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, if I haven't run you off already. I love you all, and you have a wonderful day. See you next time. Bye.